Hare Krishna. So we are going to sing this bhajan, hopefully every Sunday, We'll start with this bhajan and then continue with the kirtan. Shall we do the translation first time, this one? So this is to glorify Lord Chaitanya. It says, "My dear Lord Chaitanya, please be merciful to me, because who can be more merciful than your Lordship within these three worlds? Your incarnation is just to reclaim the conditioned fallen souls, but I assure you that you will not find a greater fallen soul than me. Therefore, my claim is first." Next. My dear Lord Nityananda, you are always joyful in spiritual bliss. Since you always appear very happy, I have come to you because I am most unhappy. If you kindly put your glance over me, then I may also become very happy. My dear Advaita Prabhu, husband of Sita, you are so kind. Please be merciful to me. If you are kind to me, naturally Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda will also be kind to me. O Swarup Damodar, personal secretary of Lord Chaitanya, O six Goswamis, O Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, O Loknath Goswami, my beloved spiritual master, Narottam Das also prays for your mercy. O Srinivas Acharya, successor to the six Goswamis, please be merciful to me. Narottam Das always desires the company of Ramchandra Chakravarti. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More. Toma bina ke dayalu Jagata samsare. Toma bina ke dayalu Jagata samsare. Patita pavana hetu tava avatara. Patita pavana hetu tava avatara. Musama patita Prabhu na paibe ara. नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी कृपा बालकाना करो आमी बड़ दुखी कृपा बालकाना करो आमी बड़ दुखी दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई तव कृपा बले पाय चैतन्य निताय तव कृपा बले पाय चैतन्य स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ भट जुग श्री जीवा प्रभु लोकनाथ भट जुग श्री जीवा प्रभु लोकनाथ दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास रामचंद्र संग मागे नरोत्तम दास रामचंद्र संग मागे नरोत्तम दास Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More Toma bina ke dayalu Jagat samsare Toma bina ke dayalu Jagat samsare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, संकीर्तन की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Hare Krishna. So I welcome you all to our Sunday Feast program. Thank you very much for coming today. Anybody new today? I know Darby, we met earlier, yeah? First time today? Anybody new today? Your first time today? Yeah, from Stoke? Yeah, welcome today to our Sunday program. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we'll be doing a little one song now. On Sundays we do singing, dancing and feasting. This is what we do. This is a party. So I'll do one more song. If you can follow, it'll be there on the screen. And then we're going to talk about some verses from Bhagavad Gita, ancient scripture called Bhagavad Gita. And then we're going to talk about this special topic called Glories of Srila Prabhupada. In Hare Krishna, whichever temple, Hare Krishna temple you go, you always hear this word, Srila Prabhupada. And so we'll try to understand today who is this personality, Srila Prabhupada. In fact, in about a month's time, we'll be welcoming his Murti form in our temple. So many of us probably might not know who is this Prabhupada, and why we give so much respect to him. So today we'll try to understand who is Prabhupada and what contribution he made to this world, and why he deserves our, utmost respect. So we'll talk about his glories. And then at the end, we'll have some more dancing and singing. And at the end, we'll have nice, wonderful feast. Cooks are very nicely cooking upstairs in our kitchen. So we'll conclude with the food, with prasadam for everyone. So hope you will stay for the rest of the program, and we'll begin our program now. So this is a small song. We'll sing for a few minutes, and then we'll chant the little bit of Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandan Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanan Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we'll be reading from Bhagavad Gita, Shloka, if I get it on the screen. Okay, so we're going to do this wonderful thing called reciting in Sanskrit. Tata sveter hayer yukte mahati syadante sthito Madhava Pandavaschaiva Divyo Shankho Pradumnatu Tata Sveter Hayer Yukte Mahati Syadane Sthito Madhava Pandavaschaiva Divyo Shankho Pradadmatu Tata Sveter Hayer Yukte Mahati Syadanne Sthito Madhava Pandavaschaiva Divyo Shankho Pradumnatu. Would you like to recite? Repeat. Tata Sveter Hayer Yukte Mahati Syandane Sthito Madhava Pandavaschaiva Divya Shankho Pradatmatu Tata Shveter Hayer Yukte Mahati Syandane Sthito Madhava Pandavaschaiva Divya Shankho Pradatmatu. Okay, let's do word by word. Tataha, thereafter. Svetai, with white. Haye, horses. Yata, yukte. Yukte, being yoked. Mahati, in great. Syandane, chariot. Sthito, situated. Madhava, Krishna, the husband of the goddess of fortune. Pandava, Arjuna, the son of Pandu. Cha, also. Eva, certainly. Divyo, transcendental. Shankho, conch shells. Pradadmataha, sounded. Translation. On the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna, stationed on a great chariot drawn by white horses, sounded the transcendental conch shells. Please repeat after me. On the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna, stationed on a great chariot drawn by white horses, sounded the transcendental conch shells. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the contrast with the conch shell blown by Bhishma Dev, the conch shells in the hands of Krishna and Arjuna are described as transcendental. The sounding of the transcendental conch shells indicated that there was no hope of victory for other side, because Krishna was on the side of Pandavas. Jayastu Pandu Putranam Yesham Pakshe Janardana. Victory is always with persons like the sons of Pandu, because Lord Krishna is associated with them. And whenever and wherever the Lord is present, the goddess of fortune is also there, because the goddess of fortune never lives alone without her husband. Therefore, victory and fortune were awaiting Arjuna, as indicated by the transcendental sound produced by the conch shell of Vishnu, or Lord Krishna. Besides that, the chariot on which both the friends were seated had been donated by Agni, the fire god, to Arjuna. And this indicated that this chariot was capable of conquering all sides, wherever it was drawn over the three worlds. We'll do translation for the next few shlokas. Shloka 15. Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called Panchajanya, Arjuna blew his, the Devadatta, the Bhima, the voracious eater, the performer of Herculean tasks, blew his terrific conch shells called Poundra. King Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, blew his conch shell, the Ananta Vijay, and Nakula, the Sahadev, blew the Sugosha and Mani Pushpaka. The great archer, the king Kashi, the great fighter Shikhandi, Drishtadyumna, Virata, the unconquerable Satyaki, Drupada, the son of Draupadi, and others. O king, such as the mighty armed son of Subhadra, all blew their respective conch shells. The blowing of these different conch shells became uproarious, vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnantimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivash Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namam Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Paschatya Deshatarine. Hare Krishna. So today we read some of these shlokas from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is an ancient Vedic scripture. Its meaning is called some song of God. When the God wants to speak something, the God sings. And when we sing, we remember everything, isn't it? Like the children, they're here. If you ask them to give them, say, this is head, this is toe, this is shoulder, they won't remember. But then what is that song? Head, shoulder, knees and toes, head, shoulder, knees and toes. They remember immediately. Okay? So anything that is important, if you put it in the song form, then you remember very easily. So this Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad means the God and Gita means song. This is a song of God. And in this song, Krishna gives so many wonderful instructions how to live a peaceful, harmonious and happy life in this world. That basically is teaching. And when we want to live harmonious, peaceful and very happy life in this world, are we all successful? We are all trying, but are we all successful? Yes, no? What is the word? What is the concern? No? We try our hard, but sometimes we are successful, sometimes, but most of the time we are a failure. And why we fail? Because there are so many obstacles, so many problems, so many confusions, so many incidents or the tragedy or so many things out of our control that we cannot live the life, happy life that we want to. So, Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, he is trying to sort out a problem of a person called Arjuna who happens to be his own friend. Now, in Bhagavad Gita, this song, it is sung on the battlefield. So, when there is a war going on, you can imagine how serious the whole atmosphere is. The two parties are there and they want to, fight and kill each other. At that time, the Arjuna becomes very confused. He doesn't know whether to fight or not fight, because on the other side, his own family members are there. It is a family feud. But this family was so prominent in the world that nobody could escape that war. Every kingdom, every emperor, they have to take one side or the other. So now, in this last century, we had seen two world wars, World War I and World War II. But actually speaking, the first world war happened 5,000 years back. There, all the kingdoms, they had to fight, either on the Pandava side or the Kaurava side. They had to fight. So beginning from this year, we started reciting some of the shlokas from Bhagavad Gita, so we can understand, how the Bhagavad Gita is progressing, what confusion Arjuna has, and what answers Krishna is giving to them. So Krishna, uh, uh, the word of the name, the meaning of word Krishna means the all attractive. So in this world, we know the God is known by so many names. But one of the most appropriate name is Krishna. Krishna means the all attractive. Isn't God all attractive? Do you all agree? Yeah, it is all attractive. And why is so attractive? Because he is God. So in Bhagavad Gita, there are 5 topics are discussed. The first topic is that, who am I? Am I just this body or am I a soul? What is this world, phenomenal world around me? How it is working? And what am I supposed to do in this world? I'm here existing in this world. There's a world around me. What are my duties? And what is this time? The time factor, everything is controlled by time. It's called Kala. And the last and not least, what is this thing called God? Everybody talks about God. And those who don't believe about God, they talk more about God because God does not exist. So everybody, they cannot escape God. So who is this God? So Bhagavad Gita, it explains that who am I, who is God, what is this phenomenal world, what is my duty here, and what is the time. So the supreme God, as you already studied, is all attractive, and his name is Krishna. So Krishna is instructing Arjuna that what are his duties and what he is supposed to do. So we are just at the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, and in old days the war was very civilized war, not like today's. The one country, he fires a missile on the innocent populated area, people have got nothing to do with the war, and they fight each other and kill each other. In old days, the enemies, they will decide, okay, I'll meet you at that particular battlefield. Okay, you come with your army, I'll come with my army. And only those are allowed in this battlefield, those who want to fight. Those who doesn't want to fight, they can stay back in their house, and they can, be very peaceful there. And whichever kingdom, whichever side wins, the other side will look after that particular king. So these two armies met at the battlefield. There's a place called Kurukshetra in India. And the two sides of Pandavas and Kauravas, they are against each other. And before the fight, it is like they sound a siren that now the war is beginning. And the siren was, they blow conch shells, not like train whistle. They sound conch shells. So today, in this Shloka 14, he says, on the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna, stationed on a great chariot drawn by white horses, sounded their transcendental conch shells. Now one might ask, okay, Bhagavad Gita is a nice scripture, but what is so important about the Prabhuji, can you just make sure children don't make noise? Some of them are getting disturbed. Yeah. I mean, they are children, they like to play. We cannot control them, but please make sure they are control it. Hare Krishna. So, what is so special about, the two armies blowing conch shells? So here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada, describes, I'll just read that line, again. Yeah, this line, victory is always with person like the sons of Pandu, because Lord Krishna is associated with them. And whenever and wherever the Lord is present, the goddess of fortune is also there, because the goddess of fortune never leaves alone without her husband. So here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada describes that with this transcendental conch shells, it is drawn conclusion that Pandavas will be victorious even before the battlefield. Why? Because the Krishna or the God is on the side of Pandus. And what does it mean by God is on our side? You know, God can be either physically with you, but if you don't follow the instructions of God, then are you with God or are you against God? The God or Krishna can be present right here in front of our eyes. Yeah? And we can say, I am with God. But actually, are you with God? You're only with God only when you follow the instructions of God. Does it make sense? Yeah? You can be physically with God, but if you're not following the instructions, then you're not really following God. So Arjuna's victory is assured because he's following the instructions of Krishna. And there it is said that the victory is guaranteed because Krishna is with them. The next part is very important. And whenever and wherever the Lord is present, the goddess of fortune is also there, because the goddess of fortune never leaves alone without her husband. So, we all in this world, we like to have opulence. Anybody who don't like opulence? You all like opulence. We want some nice house, some nice car, reputation in the society, people should glorify us, we want to look very handsome and beautiful. Do we all want this? No? We all want this. I want it. So these are the opulence which is controlled by goddess of fortune. And goddess of fortune, she is the wife of God. And it is said here that she never leaves the company of her husband. So here Prabhupada explains that if you follow the instructions of God, you are with God. And wherever the God is there, the goddess of fortune resides in that house with that person. And when the goddess of fortune is residing with you, naturally you will have all the opulence. You'll have a nice, good wealth, house, beauty, good health, reputation, people will respect you in the society. This all comes from Lakshmi, or the goddess of fortune. And where does she stay? Wherever the Krishna is. So if you become follower of Krishna or follow the instructions of God, then you naturally become very opulent. You don't have to ask goddess of fortune to come and reside in your house. She comes naturally. And she never leaves that house. The day you start not following the word of God, she leaves from that day onwards. That I do not want to stay in the house where my husband his instructions are not properly followed. So this is the very important instructions that we can take away from the today's class. Now we move towards our main topic of the class, which is the glorification of Srila Prabhupada. Now, how do we connect our today's discussion with our topic of glories of Srila Prabhupada? Have all of you heard the name Prabhupada before? Anybody who has not heard Prabhupada's name before? There cannot be 0%, it will be either 50-50. Yeah? Raise your hand if you heard name Prabhupada. Yeah? So I understand those who have not heard Prabhupada's name, no? So I'll explain. Prabhu means God, and Pada, that means feet. Person who has taken the shelter at the feet of the God, he is called Prabhupada. The person who has completely taken shelter at the feet of the Lord, he is Prabhupada. So, this personality, Srila Prabhupada, he was a very empowered personality, who walked on this, on the surface of this earth. There are many great personalities, who has appeared in the history, and they have contributed, one way or the other, in the betterment of our society. Jesus Christ, when he appeared in this world, he gave these wonderful instructions, and those who are following his instructions, they are living a beautiful, wonderful life in this world. And then throughout the history, even in the modern history, many saints, they came and they gave these nice instructions, they give nice example of how to live a wonderful life. So Prabhupada is one of that person who appeared in 1896 and he left this world in 1977. So he's a modern day saint. And saint, his life is all about enriching our life, to help us live a better life, to better a God-conscious life. So, next few weekends, Sundays, we'll be talking more about Prabhupada. Now, when I first came to Hare Krishna movement, I was not so comfortable about worshipping a person or giving too much respect to a single person. I had my own rebellious nature. If God is there, I must worship him. But why I want somebody else's help in worshipping God? Did you all had this question before? Why I need somebody's help, before, to worship God? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnina sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Krishna says if you want to know about God, then you should approach a person who knows about God. Why did Krishna say, if you know about God, then come to me, I'll tell you. He says, no, first you surrender to a devotee, and once you surrender to him, he will teach you how to approach a God. So Prabhupada is that person, who has helped us to approach the God, how we can understand the God. So today we spoke from Bhagavad Gita, and Bhagavad Gita, this is translated by Srila Prabhupada. His first and foremost contribution that he made to this world, he gave books to this world. How many of you would have understood the purport of this shloka that Arjuna blew the conch, Krishna blew the conch, and how would you become devotee just by reading that? I wouldn't have become devotee just by reading that. But when Prabhupada explained in his purport, what does it mean? Then we can say, oh, this it means like this. So Prabhupada, his greatest contribution to this world, it is the books that he gave to this world. Or ancient Vedic scriptures, they are written in Sanskrit. Sanskrit is not our first language. Anybody has a first language is Sanskrit? We all speak in Sanskrit in the house. We all speak what? English. English, you might have your first language be different, but somewhere or other, English is the most comfortable language one finds itself. So Prabhupada translated, so many Vedic scriptures in the English language. And one of that big book is Bhagavad Gita. And this is the most important book that Prabhupada has given to this world, because this is considered a life manual, how to live a life. So if you, just want to find out, that what is the best way I can understand God. You approach Bhagavad Gita, which is translated by Srila Prabhupada in English language. Not only English language, Prabhupada, his followers, they translated this book in about, last count was about 120 languages, Swahili and, Turkish, Arabic, you name the language and that book is available in that language. So the greatest contribution that Srila Prabhupada gave is the books. He gave the books to this world. And Prabhupada, when he started his movement, Hare Krishna movement, he established an organization called BBT, Bhakti Vedanta Book Trust. And that trust responsibility is to keep these books circulated, in this world, even if nothing works in this world. But this institution called BBT, they'll always be circulating these wonderful books, on Krishna consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada, he made some visible contributions. One of the visible contribution is books. Yeah. The next we see Srila Prabhupada's contribution is the many temples around the world. And one of the temple you are sitting right now. So Prabhupada, he came to West on the instruction of his Guru at the age of 70. Now, my dear friends, at the age of 70, what does the most of the people do? They retire, they draw their pension, and they have a very comfortable life, and they want to live a stress-free life and live this world very peacefully. Prabhupada, he left at the age of 70. He had never been out of India, and he comes to West, to a country where he doesn't know anybody. Not a single person he knows. And to a foreign land where, English is not his primary language. But he comes there and he establishes 108 temples in about 10 years' time. And what are these temples? In these temples you can come, you can chant the name of Krishna, you can hear about Krishna, you can take Krishna Prasadam, and thousands of people are taking benefit of this facility now. When Prabhupada was there on this earth, in his lifetime he did 108 temples, and his followers, since then, they've been working very, very hard. And now we've about more than 800 temples and centers all over the world. And we are Stoke on Trent, we are just one of them. We are just a small dot in this big picture. So Prabhupada's another contribution is, he gave us these beautiful temples all over the world where we can all come and know about Krishna. Then Prabhupada, gave nice deities, nice Radha Krishna deities. The picture that you see here, this is Shri Radha Gokulanand. This is from Bhaktivedanta Manor in London. And there are so many beautiful deities all over the world. I'm sure you must have your own favorite deities. We have Radha Londoneshwar again in London. There's a deities in Vrindavan, Mayapur, so many places Prabhupada gives beautiful deities. So we can come to the temple, take the darshan of Krishna and get purified by taking this darshan. And the next contribution is the biggest contribution that Srila Prabhupada gave. Prabhupada gave his devotees, his empowered devotees. Generally, when a big acharya, a big saint comes, he does on his own. But it is said, you can judge a person's divine qualities, how many other devotees he makes. So Prabhupada, he created so many wonderful devotees. While he was there, he had about 10,000 initiated disciples. And these disciples are so empowered. They had done, some amazing services in this world. And some of them are, we all like to hear these superhero stories. But some of the Srila Prabhupada's disciples, they were really superheroes. So many stories comes to my mind, that we can discuss, but I'll just discuss one story which is very local to us. So Srila Prabhupada, he was in America, and his temples were growing very nicely there. Then Prabhupada, he sent 6 of his disciples to England, that let's have some temples in England. And these 6 disciples, they were hippies before. I don't know how many of you were hippies before. Prabhupada said hippie means something very extraordinary. So they came to UK not knowing a single person. Not a single person in England, in UK. And they had no money. Hippies had no money, but Prabhupada sent them here, and they came here to preach Krishna's message. So this, some of those disciples, all of them are still living. No, one of them left, Jamuna Mataji, she left. But they described how they came here. So to come to England, you have to show some money to the immigration person, otherwise they won't let you in. So when they left America, they borrowed some money, and they came to the England, they showed some money to the immigration officer, they let him in. Then they sent same money back to America. Then the second person, he came to England. Then the third sent money again. Then the third person came, and this house, all 6 of them came. When all 6 of them are here, they had to transfer that money back to America. Now they are penniless. They have no money. And they must be living in a good hotel, huh? No. They were living in a cardboard factory. Somebody just gave a space in the warehouse, so you can stay in the warehouse. And they came to London. And now they started doing Harinam, started chanting on the street, just to popularize the Hare Krishna chanting. And they were finding some success, but one of that disciple, Shyam Sundar Prabhu, he said, if you really have to become famous in England, we have to approach a most famous person. In those days, who was the most famous people in this world? Beatles. So Shyam Sundar Prabhu said, let's meet Beatles. And if they become devotee, the whole England will become devotee. Look at their, superhero consciousness. And in those days, everybody wanted to see Beatles. But Beatles, you can't just, they were said they were more famous than anybody in this world that day. So one day, Shyam Sundar Prabhu had a chance to go to one gathering, and one of the Beatles, George Harrison, was supposed to be there. And then, it so happened that George Harrison, he saw Shyam Sundar, and he came straight to him, and he said, where have you been? I was looking for you. Can you see here, the superhero things happening here? Everybody wants to see Beatles. One of the Beatles wanted to see devotee. Then they both met, and then, they had a beautiful discussion. And then George Harrison said, let's make this nice record about Hare Krishna. So they made this nice, beautiful record. Now it is called Goddess of Fortune, beautiful record of songs. And that becomes such a super hit. I wasn't there in UK that time. Anybody who knows those days, Mataji? How big was that George Harrison song? Huge, yeah. And then the Hare Krishnas were become very popular in UK. Another story, one devotee, he was given the service to go to China and preach the message of Lord Chaitanya. Now China even till today, it's very difficult country to go and preach about God. But Tamal Krishna Maharaj, he went into China. And again, long story. He went as a student. While in the student, there are spies around him. Want to make sure that he doesn't talk about God. So they are following him, and he said, "How can I do?" So he used his own intelligence, and while playing volleyball, just to volleyball, some recreation. So while playing volleyball, let's speak to some other Chinese people. Do you know about Krishna? And this is how while playing volleyball, he was preaching God consciousness. And so many difficulties, he had to go through. But now in China, now even still is under, they cannot publicly, practice Krishna consciousness there. But it is said, there are more than 2,000 devotees in China right now, which is a huge thing. There's another devotee, she was sent to Russia. Again, the Russia, it was behind Iron Curtain, even worse than China. KGBs, they're after you, anything you do, anything related to God, you're put into prison. In fact, one of the devotee was sent to prison, and and he was to go through this deprogramming of, and then it was such a horrible thing, eventually, he died. Maybe one day we can just talk about this devotee, Shanti, what is his name? I forgot his name. Wonderful devotee. Devotees made a drama about his lifestyle, how his life, what kind of life he had to go through. But the first person, where Prabhupada sent to Russia to meet another devotee in Russia called, what is her name? Mandakini Mataji. Now, she was a young girl that time. She was from France, and she came to London for her studies, and she became a devotee. And then one day, she wanted to have some service for Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada asked her to go to Russia, and preach. Now, she was, I think that time, 18 or something, and even going to a country of Russia, with books of Krishna consciousness, such a dangerous thing to do. But she went, in the train, and she said, she's still living, and she says, one incident, while she was in a train, police came. They were checking everybody's luggage, that, are you smuggling any God-related books to Russia? And she definitely had so many books in her suitcase. Maybe the whole suitcase was full of, books. And, she said, I'm done, they're going to find out. Then she was just praying to Krishna, Krishna, my Guru has asked me to do this service, please help me. And she didn't know what to do. Police is just, they're kind of coming row by row, and sooner or later, she's going to be searched with her suitcase. She just realized her next seat member, he's a diplomat, an Indian diplomat. And diplomats, they have what is called diplomatic something. Diplomatic immunity. Nobody can search their bags. So she just requested her, that I'm a devotee of Krishna, and I have some books about Krishna, and these people won't let me, go to Russia with these books. Can you do something? I said, yes, fine. I'll say this is my bag. So they just claim this is our bag, and they let it go. And when she went there, she didn't know anybody, lot of difficulties. But now look at in Russia now, right now, it is one of the most, devotionally opulent country right now. Thousands and thousands of devotees in Russia. They are practicing Krishna consciousness. And where it all started, Prabhupada, he went to Russia for a week, and he was told he can't do any public program. And Prabhupada went there, he couldn't meet anybody, he just met one person, and this person became a devotee. And Prabhupada said, the day will come, the bhakti will spread like a wildfire in Russia. And this has become true. Russia has become such a wonderful country, where devotees are practicing Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada, he empowered so many of his devotees to go all over the world. And they spread the bhakti in every continent of the world. Asia, Europe, Africa, America, South America, Australia. Recently I have heard one of our devotee has gone to Antarctica, because there is a permanent base in Antarctica. Scientists stay there throughout the year, and they need some books to read. So this devotee has gone to Antarctica to put up a stall, kind of a base of Krishna consciousness. So when the scientists, because Antarctica there is nothing there, you have to stay in your capsule. You can't go out anywhere. But yes, they provided this nice spiritual facility where they can read the books, Bhagavad Gita, and so many other books, and can practice Krishna consciousness. So there is one devotee, he wrote one song. In the song he said, so beautifully the song is that Prabhupada, he built a world where the whole world can live. To become a devotee, Prabhupada has broken all the barriers. It doesn't matter who you are. You're an Indian, American, British, African, no matter who you are, or Greek. Anybody, those who want to love God. Prabhupada's books are there, his devotees are there, his temples are there. Just go there. Open your heart and let the mercy of Krishna flow into your heart. So Prabhupada is very, divinely powerful devotee, very pure devotee, and he met so many another wonderful devotees. Till today, they are spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world. Not only the spiritual activities the devotees do. Whenever there's some humanitarian help is required, like food distribution. I know some years back, in the country of New Zealand, there was an earthquake, and for some time the food distribution was stopped. And but devotees, they cooked in their kitchen and they're distributing on the street, the nice khichdi prasad. And the authorities are saying, we have no food in our warehouse. Where are you getting your food from? He said, Krishna is providing. And then, during the COVID time, all over the world, devotees, prepared food and distributed so many places. So it is all because of Srila Prabhupada that these facilities are available to, everywhere in the world. So I'll stop here now. We talked about Prabhupada's contribution to the world. I'll just conclude with, the Prabhupada's glories, it is unlimited, but we can just, understand these two comments that two great devotees passed, about Prabhupada. Then we can understand how great he is. So there are devotees in Vrindavan, they are called Brajbasis, the Goswamis. Every year during Prabhupada's Disappearance Day festival, they invite many of the Goswamis, to take prasadam. And one day, one Goswami, he was telling one devotee, he said, Prabhupada is a very, very unique and special devotee in this world. And devotee said, yes, we know that. He said, no, you really don't know that. He's a very, very special devotee. He said, please explain us. So this Goswami was explaining that many saints, they've come on this earth and they've done wonderful things. But when they leave the world, slowly their institution or their movement, slowly, it dies down. It goes out of, out of popularity. But Srila Prabhupada, even after he left in 1977, this movement is growing year by year, month by month, day by day. This is the greatness of Srila Prabhupada. And this is coming from a very, respectable Brajabasi Goswami in Vrindavan. And I thought, that was a great, glorification of Srila Prabhupada. That even after he has left, the Hare Krishnas are growing, all over the world. There's another comment that one of the Sri Vaishnava devotee from South India, Sri Vaishnava devotees, they follow the path of Sri Ramanujacharya, one of the, again, great devotee of the Lord. And Ramanujacharya is considered the incarnation of Lakshman. We had Ram and Ram's brother Lakshman. So Lakshman is incarnated as Ramanujacharya. Rama Anuja. Anuja means small brother. Ram Anuja, small brother of Ram. So this devotee was saying that Lakshman, he came as Ramanujacharya and he has spread the bhakti all over India. This is, only Lakshman can do this. But Srila Prabhupada, he has spread the bhakti all over the world. We do not know which incarnation he is. So say, devotees, we also don't know. Maybe someday later we'll find out. So this is the two very great glorification done, by these authorities. And then, Prabhupada's books, right now in many of the universities, Prabhupada books are the textbooks. There are some PhDs people, they do PhDs on Prabhupada's lifetime. There are so many scholars all over the world. They're studying Prabhupada's contribution, his books, and they're promoting Prabhupada's contribution all over the world. So this is that person who actually, you can say, he changed the face of this earth. You see, anywhere you go in this world, you will see Hare Krishna devotees. They are, helping our society, our humanity at large, and in such a wonderful way. You can just imagine if devotees are not there, what this world will look like. None of us, will be here talking about Krishna if there was no Prabhupada. If Prabhupada wasn't there, this Bhagavad Gita, would have been just a Sanskrit text. We could have read, but no understanding of what Bhagavad Gita is. Bhagavatam, Prabhupada gave Bhagavatam to us. It's again, a very pure scripture. Without Prabhupada, we don't have Bhagavatam. And many of, our lives will have been just an ordinary, dreary, tasteless life. But Prabhupada, he gave this beautiful, bhakti to us. And it is growing. It is growing day by day. And Prabhupada, he was such a far-sighted, devotee. He was not just looking at the immediate benefit. Prabhupada, when he was about to leave this world, his followers asked one question to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, when you are gone, what will happen to us? How will we grow? And Prabhupada says, by organization and intelligence. Prabhupada never wanted his follower to be fanatic. As the society changes, as our consciousness changes, then we have to apply our intelligence. We have to make the bhakti relevant to the current civilization. When Prabhupada was there were hippies. And Prabhupada preached according to how hippies would understand the Krishna consciousness. In my time, I'm kind of last stage of my generation. When I was growing up, I was into science and computers, and how Prabhupada made bhakti relevant to me, it's a miracle. I could never say anybody could have convinced me about bhakti if it was not for Prabhupada. And now the civilization is going, even more advanced. Now there's artificial intelligence. Have you heard of this artificial intelligence? How can you connect artificial intelligence with this intelligence of Krishna? How can you connect that? But Prabhupada, he wrote these books with the vision of how it can be relevant for the next 10,000 years. The purport that he wrote, it is not just for next 10 years or 100 years, for 10,000 years. Prabhupada wrote those purport. So these books are relevant, they were relevant, they will always be relevant. So next few weeks we'll be hearing more about Prabhupada's glories. Next Sunday we'll talk about the lifetime of Prabhupada, his childhood, how he grew up, and how did he meet his guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and what made him, to come to West. And did Prabhupada just, came this, West just for his own glorification, or was it something other than that? So those wonderful topics we'll cover in next few weeks. So thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So anybody's any questions or comments about Prabhupada that we discussed today? Okay, so we'll have some more stories about Prabhupada next week. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. So who enjoyed that lecture? So Radha Mohan Prabhu gave a very, 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 very small summary of the glorifications of Srila Prabhupada. This was not even an atom of the mountain of glorifications or subjects we can speak about Srila Prabhupada. So even I was feeling frustrated that we can't go on for longer. So that's why we're going on for 4 weeks. Before we invite Srila Prabhupada's Murti into our temple. Even that is not enough. But next week we will have a guest speaker from Manchester, Yamuna Vilas Prabhu. He'll also speak about Srila Prabhupada and his glorifications. So are there any new people today? Can you put your hand up if you're new? Hare Krishna. So we welcome you to ISKCON Stoke for your first Sunday Feast program. We have a program every week from 12 to 2. And it hasn't stopped since we got this center. We have kirtan, we have discussions every week about ancient philosophy, and we come together, discuss these very nice topics, and recharge each week together. So we invite you again and again to this program. I don't think there's any further announcements, so we shall now have some kirtan, and then we'll have some prasadam. Hare Krishna. Also, because we were talking about Srila Prabhupada, in the shop we have so many Srila Prabhupada's books. Some people ask why we have a new Bhagavad Gita. Some people say, why I have a Bhagavad Gita at home. It might not be like this one. Because what Srila Prabhupada did was, at his time, there were so many Bhagavad Gitas and so many commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, but they would be by people that would manipulate, I would say. Manipulate the words, manipulate and put their own philosophies in the Gita. That's why if you see our Gita that we have in our shops, it's called the Bhagavad Gita as it is. No changes. It is still relevant. No faults. It is as it is, as how Krishna spoke to Arjuna and how Arjuna spoke to Krishna, and what we can learn from it. So we have them available in the shop. Please do check it out. Hare Krishna. We'll have some kirtan now. If you can all stand up. Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastyatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Brinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Please repeat. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda Shri Radhe. Jayo Panchatattva, Jayo Panchatattva, Jayo Panchatattva, Jayo Panchatattva. Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Jayam Vishnupad Paramhans Parivajakacharya Stotra Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanar Vrinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड श्री गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री वृंदावन धाम की श्री नवदीप मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की जमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी महारानी की कलयुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की बृहत मृदंग ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की ट्रांसेंडेंटल प्रसादम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. You can nursing prayers now, you know. Namaste Narasimhaya Pralada Lada Daine
हिरण्याकाशीपूर्वक्षः शीलतङ्कानकाला इतो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा बाहे नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो नरसिंहपदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव करकमलभरे नाकम् अद्भुत शृङ्गार दलिता हिरण्यकशिपो तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद नित्याय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्याय गौर हरि बोल नरसिम्हा देव की प्रहलाद महाराज की
महाप्रसादम गोविंदे नाम ब्राह्मणी विष्णुवे स्वल्प पुण्यवतां नजन श्री नाम विष्णु सोनवजायते से नाम जोड़न दिया दाई काल जीवे फेल वशाय सागरे तामराती जवाती लोभी माया सडोमती तागे जेता करण संसारे लो कृष्ण बड़ो दो पाई होरी बाय जीव जाई से नाम रे स्वपाई से नाम रे टपाऊ राधा कृष्ण गुण का Prema Darko Shri Chaitanya Nitai, Jai Nimai, Jai Nitai, Jai Shri Jai Nimai, Jai Nitai, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadagada, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mahaprashadam ki. Hare Krishna.
Give a round of big applause to our young singers. Hare Krishna. So once again, thank you all very much for coming today. We'll be serving Prasadam upstairs in the kitchen. Hare Krishna. See you again next Sunday. Hare Krishna.